G'day battlers, and today we're doing some Fusion Cup battles up against two opponents, Barrage SF here and then PT Mickey later on. Now we have Shifty vs Piloswine, and this is actually a pretty good matchup for us. So this is actually my first time using Shiftry, so definitely playing around a bit. Switches into Probopass, we need to get out of there straight away, and lucky for us we have a very hard counter. We are not going to need to shield anything from this Probopass. Magnet Bomb, boom, does nothing. We can take these quick attacks, we can just charge up some extra energy, charge up plenty of energy actually, and I think we were going for the piggyback there, piggyback? So, you know, the tappy, the QSA, that's what I'm looking for, the QSA on that Mud Bomb, just no real reason, just have plenty of energy, but that Mud Bomb instantly gets rid of the Probopass. He lets it go through because he knows there's no reason to keep the Probopass around, brings back in the Piloswine, we let the Avalanche come through, which is a little unfortunate. We would have liked to have got a lot of that energy off, but we wanted to keep our shields, bring back in Shiftry to throw the Leaf Blade, and it does burn that first shield, and then as he switches into Blaziken as we're getting the second Leaf Blade off, so definitely a good switch on his end, but we have Wigglytuff here, switch to Wigglytuff, and Charm is going to wreck this Blaziken. Now I do think we shield up here just in case it's like a Blast Burn, want to reduce the amount of damage we're going to take, just Charm away the Blaziken, and then he's just going to have that Piloswine back in. He's going to be able to get to an Avalanche or two, but we're in a pretty good spot here. We shield up this first charge move, just an Avalanche, and then gonna get his Ice Beam off. He still has a shield, so this should burn that last shield. And there it is, and then Piloswine is an interesting one. It does get the Avalanches fairly quickly, but I'm very much liking how powerful Charm is. And here we do, we get that Leaf Blade off, and this will finish off the Piloswine, so that's GG's there. Snarl charges up so quick, but actually the Charm uses are something that I wasn't using one at first, and then people were using them against me and doing a lot of damage, like to everything neutral, and I was like, okay, I really need a Charm user, and Wigglytuff is doing a fantastic job. Now we have a very bad matchup here with Alolan Marowak versus Whiscash, so we switch out into Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff, again, can do some very nice neutral damage, take down that Whiscash. Whiscash isn't going to be able to do a whole lot to us, Blizzard will do a little bit, and we let this come through, and it is just a Mud Bomb. Actually, Mud Bomb does a fair amount too. I thought he was going to switch out there, but he is staying in, so I think we might, we shielded this one up, just because the damage is starting to add up, and he did go for the Blizzard there, so it kind of looks like he's thinking about switching again. I'm not too sure, maybe it's lag, but it looks like he missed maybe 2 quick attacks total over this over the whole Whiscash lifespan, but he gets another charge move off, and he's gonna let it come through, hoping it's a Mud Bomb, and it is, and we should be able to charm down the Whiscash, and so we'll keep switch advantage here. Brings in the Alolan Ninetales, so Alolan Ninetales is going to be able to charm us down before we can do anything reasonable to him, and we have a good lead, a good matchup here with Alolan Marowak versus Alolan Ninetales. The Fire Spin's just doing a lot of very nice damage, Charm not doing heaps to us, shields up the Bone Club, which is definitely fantastic for us. We were going to throw the Bone Club, and then we're like, no, switching to Whiscash, we've got plenty to spare, take charge moves, take energy. Blaziken not going to be able to do much to Whiscash either. Counter is basically its biggest ticket to damaging Whiscash. Throw the Bone Club, throw the Mud Bomb, which is going to absolutely wreck Blaziken because of that super effective damage and the fact that Blaziken not very tanky. So he brings back in all the Ninetales and uses his energy on the Whiscash, and we get this Mud Bomb off. So unfortunately Psyshock didn't do enough to us to take us out with their energy, so we got that Mud Bomb off. That's GG's. Just getting kind of lucky with the placement here. Did finish off with a shield, but I guess Charm uses very much help with the not needing shields in long run. So here we have Charm user versus Razor Leafer, and Razor Leafer does look to be winning quite handily. So we were going to go for this Ice Beam. Looks like we lagged, might have missed a Charm or two. He gets the charge move off, just going to let it come through, finish us off. And then we're not going to bring in Whiscash, so we bring in Alolan Marowak. Going to hope to Fire Spin away the Victory Bell. But again, lag, letting us, but looks like we're good now. I don't think anyone got an advantage there. But he brings in Poliwrath, and we were not going to stay in with Alolan Marowak, so we switched into a Whiscash, just to have a slightly better matchup, I guess. It's still not a great matchup. And he goes for the Hydro Pump, which, ouch, ouch. That was, one, it was not expected, and two, it very much hurts. And he's running Bubble too, so Hydro Pump does take that extra bit longer to charge up, as opposed to Mudshot, which isn't Legacy anymore, which is very nice. But he does take us out with just Bubbles. We still have both shields, so we're going to basically just hope to shield away any charge moves the Poliwrath is throwing at us. He does have Dynamic Punch and Hydro Pump, so Dynamic Punch wouldn't do much. And he brings in the Probopass. This would be very nice if we could get a Bone Club through, but because he has two shields and a Rock Throw as a quick move, we're basically toast here. We throw the two Bone Clubs back to back, expecting another shield to come up, and it does. And we are not going to be able to get to another Bone Club before he can get to his charge move, so we have to burn our last shield, and then he's basically got us. We get to that Bone Club just, but not able to tap on it, and he faints down just quick attacks. So GG's to you. And on to the next opponent of the video, PT Mickey. Running some similar Pokemon, very much liking the Wigglytuff, liking the Alolan Marowak. Both of them kind of new, along with Shiftry. And we have a terrible lead matchup. We're trying to switch out, but we're just not able to switch out. I seem to be having that problem a fair bit. Luckily, Wigglytuff here will be able to tank Dragon Claws very well. So that does like no damage, and Wigglytuff going to be able to do a lot with that charm. And he brings in Poliwrath, which is also going to not like these charms at all. So we let this charge move come through. It is just an Ice Punch. We were expecting it to be fairly, well, not a Hydro Pump to say the least, not a Barrage SF Hydro Pump, because it was a little too quick. But he throws another Ice Punch, which do shield up, just because he wanted to stop the damage kind of coming through. And it kind of seems like Wigglytuff would have a good matchup against his team if he brought in Poliwrath. Or he just wasn't aware of the Poliwrath Wigglytuff matchup, which, I mean, I wasn't exactly an expert either. But we throw the Poliwrath against this Alolan Sandslash, just kind of throwing a charge move, doesn't really matter which. Expecting it to be shielded, but he did not shield. So that's a fun little fact there. But he's going to take us out here. We let it go through, just an Ice Punch, but Wigglytuff's kind of done. We're going to be able to bring in Whiscash here, which will do some nice. Actually, bringing in the Shiftry. Actually, yeah, that is the right play because he has Charizard in the back. We do not want to have Shiftry up against Charizard, so we have Alolan Sandslash's energy come through on the Shiftry. He's charged up some energy on that Alolan Sandslash, which we have to remember, and now we have Whiscash up against Charizard, and he does still have both shields, so he shields up that first one, and then we charge up to the Blizzard again, and this is where I make a bit of a mistake after he gets his charge move off, which is just a Dragon Claw. Here's where I make a mistake. So I go for the Blizzard, kind of going for some sort of finishing move, but he still has a shield, and Mud Bomb still does a very nice amount of damage against that Charizard. I really should have just gone straight Mud Bombs, and does shield out that Blizzard, which is definitely bad. And you'll see here how much Mud Bomb actually does, now that he has no shields. So throwing the Mud Bomb, and that's how much damage it does. Now, if I just went for straight Mud Bombs, didn't go for the Blizzard, I would be in a much better situation. Even if he didn't shield, I guess he would have shielded, presuming I threw it at the same time. I could have got that through, maybe got through another 2 Mud Bombs, got rid of the Charizard, gotten back into that Alolan Sandslash. He did have a bit of energy, so maybe it might not have won me the game, but I would have been in a much better spot. But we have another great lead matchup here with Bronzong up against Poliwrath. Now, I think we do let this come through, hoping it was just like an Ice Punch, but it is that big Dynamic Punch, which doesn't finish us off. We're still in a pretty good spot. I think we're going to let this one come through, hoping it is an Ice Punch this time, and it is, which we can tank. We can tank both a Dynamic Punch and an Ice Punch from Poliwrath, which is fantastic. And then we throw the Psyshock too, he lets his Poliwrath go down. It's done everything it can do. Brings in the Charizard. Now, Confusion actually does a lot of damage to that Charizard, which I wasn't really expecting. If you saw my last video, there was that similar matchup, and Confusion wrecks. The fire weakness just doesn't outweigh the Confusion damage. So we bring in the Shiftry into the Alolan Sandslash. Not a great matchup, so we shield up. We're kind of wanting to try and get the Leaf Blades off faster than he can get the Ice Punches off, because Shiftry is also not very tanky. So we have to shield again if we want to keep our Shiftry alive, which we do. So we're going to get this Leaf Blade off. Just nothing fancy, just tap it as soon as it's charged up. Throw the Leaf Blade, let's go through. Unfortunately, it's not the best charge move, but it's quicker than Snarl, and it's just quick overall. You can get to it very fast, and he does shield out that last one. We switch into Wigglytuff, hoping to be able to feint down the Alolan Sandslash, take some Ice Punches, and then, boom! He has Gyro Ball, which was, it was not welcome. I didn't like it. It's rude, and yeah, I was not happy. I was not expecting the Gyro Ball at all. I was hoping I had Bulldoze. But in this meta, thinking about it, I think Gyro Ball is definitely the way to go because Charm users, Fairy types are definitely on the rise. Like they're very present right now. Now we take the Ice Punch with that Whiscash. He switches out into Poliwrath. Lucky for us, we have Shiftry right here. He did get a bit of extra energy on us already, so he could get an Ice Punch off pretty quick. So we have to shield up. And then we're going to charge up a little bit more extra energy, but he actually got another Ice Punch off, which I wasn't paying enough attention to his energy generation. I didn't realize that he got to it so fast. But we throw the Leaf Blade now, and we'll see if he lets it go through. He doesn't. We should be able to get to another Leaf Blade easily before he can get another charge move though. So through this Leaf Blade goes. We'll see if he shields up. Does burn both shields, so no more shields on the board. He's going to be able to get to an Ice Punch now. Which will do a lot of damage to the Shiftry, but hopefully we can tank it, and we can. So he actually switches out, so we go straight for the Foul Play. We saw the switch coming, and it was like, whatever happens, we're going to throw this Foul Play, and it does a very nice amount of damage to that Charizard. Now, throwing the Mud Bomb like we wish we did in that other matchup, just apply a little bit of pressure. Almost good by Charizard, and we were hoping to be able to maybe Mud Shot him down, but that was a very bad call because Charizard doesn't need so much energy generation. And actually it went alright because we could tank that Dragon Claw, so I take my criticisms back. You did fine, PvP Steve, you did fine. Now throwing the Mud Bomb at the Poliwrath, not going to do heaps of damage, just kind of chip away a little bit. Going to be able to get to another one. Again, no more shields, just going to chip it down a little bit more. Boom, almost taken down, and then he switches out into Alolan Sandslash, and we are able to get another Mud Bomb off. So Whiscash is just a spam master. There's a reason he's now the #1 in this meta. Now we switch into Shiftry to take this energy, which he did. Boom, Ice Punch, down goes Shiftry. Bring in the Alolan Marowak, who's going to be able to Fire Spin away. And then in comes Poliwrath, who's pretty much dead at this point. He's got Ice Punch and Dynamic Punch. Nothing's going to be able to hit Alolan Marowak very hard. So we're great here. Boom, down he goes, and that is GG. So thank you both for the battles, thank you for watching, and thank you to my patrons, people who've supported this channel in more ways than just viewing, subscribing. Millertime9458, Raj SF, and the brand new Patreon, NegativeBen10. Thank you all, and thank you for watching, if you're still watching. I feel like most people do click off by this point, but thank you for sticking around. Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, especially that subscribe one, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye now.